The Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
NFL expert looks like. KFN.com/watch right now. He just sent me a text. Yeah, we got you, buddy. We got you. There he is. Hi, Tom.
How you doing, Hawk? I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm hearing myself again. You got to get
Oh,
me
okay.
out of my
There you go.
ear. There we go.
Boom.
Hi, Tom.
Nailed it.
Hi, Tom.
Good stuff.
Happy
How we doing,
Halloween, Tom.
everybody? I was a little bit worried that we were going to be costumed this morning, but I figured this group probably had a staunch no adults in costumes at their jobs policy.
Not at the jobs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you guys doing something quirky and wacky and funny on NFL Network for Halloween?
Well, what we've learned, and this actually came up last week, is you never know when like really bad or serious news is going to happen. So there was one occasion, and this is going back like 7 years, and Ian recounted this, where he was dressed as Waldo on the air. And then there was a significant development in a court case involving an NFL player. And he was like, I need to change very fast to not look like this while discussing this story.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. That would be bad. Some NFL player dies or has some tragedy happen. Here's freaking Waldo reporting it. Yeah, that's a good point, Tom.
Well, listen,
well said.
Before we get deep into the football talk here with our main man, Tom Pelser, I want to make sure we talk about the fact that he's brought to us by Bell Bank. And this football season, Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Nominate a charity of your choice right on KFAN.com. Just put in the keyword Bell or pay it forward. I'd put in the keyword Bell and nominate a charity, just like Alyssa Bigelow did. She nominated the organization My Very Own Bed. They provide new beds and linens to children and families who have recently secured stable housing. So My Very Own Bed, you get $1,000 courtesy of Bell Bank, thanks to our friend Alyssa Bigelow. Thank you for doing that. MyVeryOwnBed.org is their website. Congratulations, and thank you again, Alyssa, for listening. And thank you, Bell Bank, for bringing us .com, Tom, and just being good people.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Tom, let's start with Sunday night. Colts and Vikings. This is the game that got flexed a couple of weeks ago to get the Jags out of prime time and potentially put what could have been at that point a red-hot Viking squad on Sunday Night Football. They're 5-2 still. But let's talk about the Colts for a second. They decide this week to bench Anthony Richardson, and they are going with 39-year-old Joe Flacco. And Vegas seemed to like that. The line moved by like a point or so the other way when they made the switch. So what does this mean for Richardson's career, and what does this mean for Sunday Night Football against the Vikings?
Well, if we start with Anthony Richardson, nobody wants to get benched during their second season as a high draft pick. It's the second time that we've seen that this year with the top pick from the 2023 draft. Bryce Young got all of 2 weeks this season, but he had also gotten his entire rookie season and played all but I believe one game. Anthony Richardson played 4 games in 2023. He had played 6 games this season. He started a grand total of 13 games in college. The thinking for the Colts when they drafted him was, this is a guy who needs to play football. He's got all the traits. He's like 6'5" and 250 pounds and got a huge arm and can make the wild plays.
Bitch.
We gotta just put him on the field and let him play through this. But, if you watch this season, it's not just that, he threw some interceptions. It's like the way that he would throw interceptions, short arming a ball in a goal line situation. And it almost looks like he's trying to throw it to the other team. You had the situation last week where he's running a ton and then taps out, which I don't get the sense that was like the reason that the Colts bench him this week. I don't think that, it was as big of a deal maybe internally as it was externally, but it was evidence that, the way it was described to me was Anthony Richardson needs a breath. He just needs, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, this guy needs a chance to like step back and not be on the field for a little bit. And that's actually going to be better for his development at this stage. The other side of this is they saw it with Joe Flacco. He got a couple of starts. He played well in those games and opens up some things in the passing game that they just don't have with Richardson. Yeah, you get the one deep shot. What did he hit? Like a 70-yard touchdown to Josh Downs or something last week, but then he was like 2 of 12 overall. There were drops in there. There's a lot of different factors. But with Flacco, you get a veteran who, and don't overlook this part too. You're talking about a national TV game on the road. You know the U.S. Bank Stadium is going to be really loud. That doesn't really sound like an environment where a struggling young quarterback might be at his best. Flacco's seen everything. He's won a Super Bowl. Put him out there. I can certainly, tell you with a high degree of confidence some of the Colts receivers are happy that Joe Flacco is going to be out there just because they know where the ball is going to go on a given play now. You didn't always have that with Anthony Richardson. I don't think it's over for Anthony Richardson. We've already seen Bryce Young get back in the lineup, and he played one of his best games last week against Denver because Andy Dalton was involved in a car crash. But this is definitely a reset in terms of what their plan was for developing Anthony Richardson. The Colts are 4-4. They're in striking distance behind a Texans team that's all kinds of beat up right now. They figure, hey, let's just go try to steal some games and make a run at this thing. We got to focus on the now to keep the credibility in the locker room as opposed to putting a guy out there who, quite frankly, was not giving them their best chance to win.
Okay, so Tom, I actually wanted to go in a little bit deeper on the part you're talking about with their standings and kind of where they're at in totality in their division. I heard J.J. Watt talk about this yesterday, and I think it's a really good, valid point. If you have to ask yourself, are the Indianapolis Colts a Super Bowl caliber team? And if the answer is no, I don't think that they have the talent or the team, all three phases, whatever, to win a Super Bowl right now, then why not just let Anthony Richardson work it out this season? You're going to get a higher draft pick if you don't get a lot of wins, and he's going to get all of that game experience that you just laid out that he did not have in college, and he does not have a lot of game experience in the NFL. This is the season of development. So at what point are they going to allow him to develop if he's going to sit on the bench?
Well, that was the plan, Ben. There's no doubt about it. And, you have to remember, too, when you suffer a season-ending shoulder injury and have surgery like he did last year, most rookie quarterbacks, everybody will always tell you that the biggest jump the players make is year 1 to year 2. Well, Anthony Richardson wasn't spending, this past off season getting better, fine-tuning certain things. No, he was just trying to throw again. He was just trying to get his arm back to where he could throw the football. And so they very much went into this season with that philosophy, which was, hey, we'll get them playing good enough. We'll roll through the growing pains. But I think that this is a reflection of where the NFL is right now. And, it's the same reason you're going to see that you've already seen, 9 trades in the NFL, and you'll probably see a handful more before we get to next Tuesday, which is you just don't have that type of time. Remember, 2 years ago, the Colts fired Frank Reich around the midpoint of the season and brought in Jeff Saturday, who had never coached a game, to try to salvage a season. It's the same owner 2 years ago, Jim Irsay, who is very passionate and wants to win. I'm not sitting here saying that Shane Steichen or Chris Ballard were going to get fired if they didn't make this move, but you've seen it in that organization. Something's got to change. You got to try to win. And you're in a position where you have that opportunity. I think that putting Joe Flacco in, as much as we can sit here and go, my God, it's the number 4 overall pick, and now he's on the bench, and did you blow that and blow the quarterback decision? Number one, there were no other quarterbacks in that draft. I mean, you had Will Levis was the only other one who was really in that conversation to go high. So if you were drafting a quarterback, that was your choice. It was Levis or Anthony Richardson, because Carolina – at 1 had already traded into the pick, and Houston at 2 wasn't moving off of CJ Stroud. So this was your choice here. But also, if you kept Anthony Richardson on the field, it's a lot harder if you're Chris Ballard, the architect of the roster, to say, hey, look at all the other good stuff that we've got. Look at these receivers. I mean, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, that's a really good wide receiver group. But it's hard to tell that when they have 1 or 2 catches in a game because the ball's not going where it's supposed to go. So there's a lot of just, big picture organizational stuff. I generally agree, Ben, that if you draft a guy like that and you're drafting him off traits, which, by the way, is a really risky thing to do. It's one thing to say, hey, we're drafting Trayvon Walker number 1 because he's got traits. And 2 years from now, he'll be a really good pass rusher, which we're kind of seeing in Jacksonville. He has gotten better. Totally other thing to say it's a quarterback who's never really played. And he had injuries in college. Now he's had injuries in the NFL. It was a dice roll. It's still possible that he comes back. There's plenty of examples of that. But right now, he doesn't look, just to be completely blunt, he doesn't look like an NFL quarterback. He looks like a guy who's learning to play the quarterback position. You put in Joe Flacco, and we'll see. This is not the house money situation was in Cleveland last year, where Flacco was literally the 5th guy and had been on his couch to November. They signed him with this idea that, hey, if Richardson gets hurt or if he's not playing well, we know we got a guy who can still play. There's some pressure on Joe Flacco, and we'll see what Brian Flores is dialing up against the veteran, because I pretty confidently tell you it's going to be a different game plan than if you were in terms of what you would have been throwing after Anthony Richardson.
What does the Cam Robinson trade mean for the Vikings the rest of the season?
Well, it's a move that you only make, Sauce, if you're thinking, hey, we got a chance to be special here. Losing Christian Darrisaw was a big blow, weird play in that game, where the knee just kind of, buckles a little bit on him. I didn't sit there. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not a doctor, but I didn't look at that and go, oh, that's clearly an ACL. You didn't know what it was. You find out it's season ending. Now you've got to figure out, are you going to try just to take a chance with the guys on the roster, or do you go out and get somebody who is a high draft pick for a reason and has played a lot of games? And that's what they decided to do. They're aggressive. Kwesi's always aggressive this time of year. It's a 4th round pick in 2026, but Cam Robinson's a free agent. So either you re-sign him and you find a spot for him, or more likely he leaves in free agency. And if he plays well the rest of this season, you're probably getting a pretty high comp pick back in that same 2026 draft. Plus Jacksonville paying a bunch of the money. I thought that it made a lot of sense for the Vikings at this stage. You don't want your season to crater because all of a sudden Sam Darnold, who's had really good protection this season, has suboptimal protection. Cam Robinson's not, an all-pro. He's not probably a top 5 left tackle in the league, but he has certainly shown that he can play one of the most important positions at this level. I thought that it was the right move for the Vikings. They were determined to get somebody. Jacksonville, just by virtue of being bad, had a left tackle available, which is not something that you find very often here. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're rolling him out there. I don't know if it's every snap on Sunday night, but ideally he's ready to roll. He gets the calls and he's going to be out there.
Couple final points for Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network before we let you go. Tom, full participant in practice for TJ Hockenson, and Kevin O'Connell said no snap count for TJ on Sunday night.
Yeah, this was always the plan. And I remember, last Thursday, you guys asked me, is he going to play? And I was pretty sure that he was not, because based on the cadence of when they had opened his window and whatnot, but they really wanted to give him. He's right at 9 months now. And that's, even though that's not a hard, fast threshold. I mean, we all remember Adrian Peterson played like 8 months after, tearing his ACL and went out and ran for whatever it was, 1,700 yards. There's not a lot of guys who do that. And so just being on the more cautious side, getting to 9 months with TJ Hockenson, I would absolutely anticipate that he's going to be ready to roll.
We're talking to Tom Pelissero. Big thanks to Bell Bank. We love Bell Bank around here. I know Hawk does. I do as well. So big thank you to Bell Bank. My last question for myself is, you are very tapped into, I think, just the vibe of the Minnesota Vikings, and that's kind of what I want to ask you about. So when we talked before the Lions game, I threw it out there like, oh my gosh, aren't we in a great position? Both teams, like, we set ourselves up. Like, a loss is not that big of a deal. And you're like, yeah, not a big deal, but you don't want to back it up with, a few days down the road on Thursday Night Football and lose that game to the Rams.
Yeah, thanks for putting that in our head.
Then you go ahead and throw that out in the ether, and that's exactly what sort of happened. So, like, how important from a vibe standpoint is this game for the Vikings on Sunday night? Because obviously you do not want to lose 3 in a row. Where do you think their mindset is right now?
Yeah, it's important for a lot of reasons, Ben. And I don't have a crystal ball on this thing. I just know, how good of a coach Sean McVay is. And, the fact that they were able to get healthy, got Cup back, got Puka back, they're still a team to be reckoned with. And they're right in the thick of the NFC West. The Vikings all of a sudden are going from the team that everybody had number 1 in their power rankings to, if you were to lose this game on Sunday night, you could be last place in the division. There's a game at Lambeau Field on Sunday between the Lions and Packers that's for first place in the division here. You have 2 teams there that are playing at a really, really impressive level, especially when you remember, the Lions just lost their best defensive player a couple of weeks ago in Aiden Hutchinson. And the Packers have had Jordan Love kind of in and out of the lineup, and they're still rolling with the guy Malik Willis, who's been on the roster for like 2 months here. Yeah, the Colts are talented, okay? The Colts have, especially on offense, they've got weapons, they've got playmakers. They are going to test this Vikings defense. I have no doubts about that. And they got a guy in Joe Flacco who's going to be able to see it. He's still got one of the quickest, arm twitches in the league in terms of how he gets the football out. This is going to be a test for him, but it's absolutely a game you should win. If you want to be taken seriously, if you want to be in the mix, national TV at home against the Colts team that just made a quarterback change, even though sometimes that can give you a little bounce when you make a change like that, you got to win this game. The Vikings are a pretty healthy football team overall, absent the left tackle, and obviously they just went out and got somebody here. I don't know that they have to go out and blow them out by 40, but you got to find a way to get a win, because 6-2 is going to feel a whole lot different than 5-3 for this team, especially, again, given where the division's headed.
Appreciate it, Tom. Thanks
You're
for the
the best.
time.
Thanks to Bell Bank. Thanks, guys.
Bye, buddy.
Tom
There
Pelissero,
he goes.
NFL Network.
Pretty
You can
man.
see him all the time on television. He's on television. 8 o'clock hour, the Power Trip Morning Show. More with Ben Lieber. We'll do Fan 5 in a second. Headlines later. Parker Fox should probably be here in a second or two. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads. They're very busy now. 35W northbound, stop and go Burnsville Parkway to Cliff Road. 394 eastbound, Dunwoody to 94 heavy. 694 westbound, that's jammed up. Silver Lake to Interstate 94. 94 eastbound, stop and go Plymouth to Hennepin Lindale, crash on the right shoulder. Crosstown eastbound, heavy. Highway 100 to Valley View. And 494 westbound, 12th Avenue to France Avenue, still a good-sized delay there. That's traffic on the Fan. Traffic is sponsored by Hero Home Services. At Hero Home Services, they're more than just experts in comfort. They're committed to giving back. This October, for every new heating and cooling system installed, they're donating $500 to breast cancer awareness charities. Call to schedule your installation today. When your home needs a hero, call Hero.
Hey, it's Nordo here, and I love my family. But wow.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
We should mix one in once in a while. But here's something that will finally bring all of us together. Swing by your nearest AT&T retail store and discover how AT&T Unlimited Your Way fits the needs of every member of your 612 family. And that's just the beginning. Come in right now and ask how to get up to $300 off in eligible Samsung smartphone when you switch to AT&T. Deals like this don't stick around, so make your move before it's gone. You can unlock more with AT&T Unlimited Your Way. The offer ends soon, Halloween, 10/31/24. Terms and restrictions apply, so make sure to see your store for more details.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, Vikings fans, have you fumbled your phone and it looks like it's time for a new one? Verizon lets you trade in any phone, any condition, guaranteed for a great deal on a new one with Ultimate Unlimited and a phone trade-in from Apple, Samsung, or Google. And you can enter to win Vikings tickets when you do it. Enter to win 4 tickets to the Vikings-Bears game on December 16th. Just stop by a Minnesota Verizon store by December 1st to enter. Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 plus. Void where prohibited. Ends 12/1/24. See Vikings.com/promotions for details.
Whoa, take a heed, little brother. Winter is coming.
Wait, you've gone medieval.
Aye, thou must ready the castle for the coldest of winters.
Now's the time for a pronto tune-up. We'll inspect, clean, and recalibrate your furnace back to factory-fresh settings.
Forget not thy guarantees.
No breakdowns this winter, or we'll refund your money and fix it for free.
Comfort!
Get your winter furnace tune-up
for only $139
at prontoheat.com.
Ben's Appearance is sponsored by Lexus of Wayzata and Maplewood.
This report is sponsored by Summit Orthopedics.
Summit Orthopedics provides the highest standard of treatment through every injury or aching joint and muscle that may stand in the way of you realizing your dreams and living life at your summit.
Fan forecast.
Rain, snow, high of 39 today, dropping down to 31 tonight.
We're heard daily in all 50 states through iHeartRadio and KFAN.com. Yeah, we're kind of a big deal. Minnesota's sports leader is The Fan.
All right. Hey, y'all be careful out there. Parker Fox just said that there's accidents everywhere. I'm sure the lady that does traffic said that as well, but I don't listen to that.
What a
My
mess.
apologies. What a mess. Hey, Parker, am I right? Is it terrible out there?
Roads are garbage or what?
Yeah, roads are bad. Bad roads.
It's getting slushy, huh?
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes from like Como area and St. Paul to
No
over
kidding.
here. So, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, little slushy, couple crashes.
Oh, great.
Parker, I didn't know you could dunk the basketball.
I can do
saw
that.
a video the other day of you doing that. That's super cool, man.
On a breakaway, too. You had an option to really get flashy. You went pretty standard,
He's a team
right?
guy.
Yeah,
It's not all about you.
The moment I got it, I was like, I'm going to throw this off the backboard. And then I was like, it's exhibition game. There's 1,000 people here.
I hate how easily you did that.
What would have Ben Johnson's reaction have been if you had thrown it off the backboard to yourself?
If I would have made it, he would have said nothing. But if I would have missed it, he would have given me a stern
talking
what in the heck are you doing type of talk. Yeah.
What kind of percentage did you give yourself to throw it off the backboard to yourself in that spot?
99%. Like, I'm going to make it. But then there's that one little ounce of doubt where you're like, because it's not like it's a difficult thing. Like, I don't mean to, like,
Right. You're tall.
Very
If you're
easy for me.
5'6", it's
Yeah,
not
it's
really.
maybe a little harder for
I can't
Hawk,
touch
you know?
the net. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not a difficult thing, but it's like, okay, if somehow the ball like slightly comes out of my hand weird, or there's a rim there where if it just hits a little part of the rim versus just the backboard, or, you know,
Or
one of
did
those
you,
little things.
did you see John Morant?
I did see John Morant.
So John Morant has a breakaway steal and goes to throw it behind his back, do a backwards dunk. But when he throws it through the rim, the ball bounced off his head
And goes back
and
out
back
of-
out.
So it doesn't count?
Did not count. No.
Why?
Really?
Because it didn't go all the way through the net. Like because he jumped so high, it basically went like
isn't it
halfway
just
down
the
and then popped
cylinder
out.
of the hoop though that it has to go through?
No, it's got to go through.
Yeah.
Really? I never
So the
knew that.
net is part of the goal? If they took the nets off.
That's a good point.
Good point. I don't know.
Good point.
I do not know how far it has to go through, but it did not go through the bottom of the net because it bounced off his head when it was. I don't know if it ever actually went under the rim, if that makes
like
sense.
the whole ball did not go through
it
the
might not have
cylinder.
cleared the cylinder because it hit it because he jumped so high.
Yeah.
So here's a cool steal, breakaway dunk, throws it behind his back, and it bounces off his head and out through the cylinder. So maybe that would have been Parker if he would have gotten flashy. Who knows?
Not good.
I didn't think about this until I heard Anthony Edwards talk about it on that Netflix show. And he's like, dunking's cool, but it kind of hurts. And I'm like, I guess so. Like if you're like slamming your hand down onto this rim, and especially if you're gonna grab onto it, sometimes the little the little tines or whatever that hold the net on can probably rake your fingers. Like, does it actually hurt?
It's like, and I don't have as many scars right now, but it sometimes looks like you're hurting yourself on your wrists from dunking, because
No kidding.
Yeah, and you'll get these red marks on your wrists, but it's less on your calves of your hands, especially for guys that can really get up, like an Anthony Edwards, and you're slamming your wrists into the rim, so you're slamming the ball down into the hoop
Because you're palming the ball.
and then the rim's hitting you like mid wrist. And
I'm so
it'll
glad I
it'll
can't
cause
do
like blisters
Yeah,
and
that
stuff on your wrist.
I don't
Especially when
want
you're
that
really
burden.
hammering it down. Now you can go and just you'll see guys kind of
Zach.
flush the ball down.
Yeah.
But if you're really kind of going for it, it can hurt. Especially when you're dunking over people like John Collins. He dislocated his finger on that one. I don't know if you saw the video, but yeah, the rim is not forgiving.
I don't know. It's one of those things I wish I had that problem.
You can dunk.
No.
You
I mean, I
can't?
could in high school,
You could
but
in high
not
school
now.
for sure. You couldn't dunk right now?
No.
Let's try it.
No. I think I'd blow both of my Achilles out.
I think if you got
God, that'd be
a
great.
week or two of just like some easy plyo.
And I was a Dominique dunker. I was a 2-footed dunker.
Yeah.
Human highlight.
One
reel.
hand.
Yeah, he was like one of my favorites growing up. And honestly, like whatever my body physiology and makeup is, like I was not great off of 1 foot, even on a fast break. I'd have to gather and I'd go off 2 feet, and I could do most things as far as dunking, but like that ship has sailed a long time ago.
It must be fun though, Parker. I can still dunk on like an 8.5 foot rim.
Yeah.
Right. In high school, we'd put it down to like 8, so everybody could dunk. Yeah. Dunk ball's the best.
Oh, it's the
you
best.
get to live it on a 10-foot hoop like a real human being.
Yeah,
the rest of us have to pretend.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, especially when you get like a really good highlight one. I had one last year. It was a tip slam. I was like a rebound, and there's a guy, and I grabbed it like, Statue of Liberty type and put on his head. My eyeballs went crazy, but
That's great.
Yeah,
that was
that's
a fun
sweet.
one.
That would be so good. It's like making somebody
you
your
should be
beer.
proud of that. Yeah.
What's your best kind of dunk sauce?
Dunking Oreos and milk.
I knew it, yeah.
Those are good, though.
Donuts. Hey,
Vertical not sauce's thing.
No, not my thing. No.
I know that I've probably asked you this before, so my apologies, but how old were you when you dunked it for the first time, and do you remember doing it?
Yeah, I wasn't actually too young. I was going into my sophomore year of high school was my first time I dunked. I dunked a volleyball one time, and then I took one of the girls' ball because I could palm it, but I couldn't palm a guy's ball yet.
How tall were you at this point in 15 or 16 years old?
Probably about 6'2".
6'2"?
Right
That's still jumping pretty high, though.
That's pretty good, man.
I was 5'10", 120 pounds in freshman football weigh-ins.
Start over. Hang on. So this is what age? 15?
Freshman football. Yep.
So 15.
Trying out for the football team.
And
I
you
weighed
what?
in at 5'10", 120.
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah. Little roaming free safety.
Yeah, string bean.
Come up, make a play. Played the JV team against Hill Murray one time and came up in the just kind of stepping up. Linebackers got blocked, and me and running back, knee right to the side of the head, and I was out. That was
Night.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, nighted me. Had 2 picks that game though, so don't.
Oh well, yeah, no.
You don't remember them, but
I don't remember them, but they were somewhere there.
It's because the kid couldn't throw over top of you.
Yeah, then broke my hand last game of the football season and called it quits.
Okay, honestly, because I've never been knocked out like that.
Yeah.
What is the feeling like?
Oh, dude, I don't even really remember. I remember playing on like this crappy grass field that Hill Murray before they had their nice new stadium, and just literally stepped up, knee to the side of the head, and was just saw black. I got up like 5-6 seconds later and like continued to play, and then I subbed myself off. I was like, yo, I need to. This football thing is, I'd rather do basketball and dunk balls.
You had 2 picks, though.
Yeah, I had 2 picks, which was fun. But
that should be enough to bring you back.
Yeah, no, that was basketball for me.
It doesn't really hurt, though, right? You just get
it's just like my ACLs, too. When both ACL tears, there was no pain for me at all. It was just like, I think it's just the shock and the adrenaline and all that's going on as a competitor. But yeah, that's when I kind of realized that season, I was like, yeah, football's no longer for me. I'm just going to be coddled and play basketball.
All right, let's do Fan 5.
Let's do it, man. I have something for you, by the way. I just read that I didn't know about that I find kind of interesting.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Hey, thanks, Builders and Remodelers. Well, do you want to go first?
Yeah, please.
Go for it.
So, Diggs tore his ACL.
Yes, done for the year.
Yeah, done for the year, as you said. I was just reading, though, agreed to something of a unique contract maneuver after his trade to Houston from the Buffalo Bills in April. The Texans voided the final 3 years on his contract after 2024, then added a portion of the 2025 salary into 2024. Diggs' calculus for the move, he received an additional $3.5 million in guaranteed money in 2024, and now he can hit the free agent market this summer seeking a lucrative new deal.
Not great timing to tear your ACL.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So that's exactly what they're saying, that he kind of gambled and probably will lose quite a bit of money on making that gamble. But I think it was a good gamble on his part, right?
Not really in hindsight.
Hard to say.
Obviously in hindsight, but I mean, at the time, you always bet on yourself, don't you?
Yeah, it's true.
So, Ben, how about this one? Speaking of the Diggs injury, so we just have been asking all week, right? How are the Gophers favored at Illinois with everything that we've laid out all week?
Yeah.
How about this one? Because of the Diggs injury and Nico Collins still on IR with the hamstring problem, the 6-2 Texans tonight, Thursday Night Football.
They're 6-2.
6-2.
Yeah.
And most of those are pretty convincing wins. Obviously, the Vikings torched them, but otherwise, 6-2. The 6-2 Texans are at the 2-6 Jets, who have lost 5 straight, and the Jets are 1.5-point favorites.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Unless they're really putting some stake into this, the cayenne drink that, Aaron Rodgers has.
Yeah, he's got an elixir, but also they must just think that the Texans don't have any weapons. So despite all of the Jets' flaws, how is Houston going to put up points? I don't know.
I'd put $1,000 on the Texans. I mean, they still can run the ball and they have a really good defense. I mean, we were talking about this when we were playing the Jets, even in London. The Jets seem like a broken team. Like a broken organization.
And that was before they fired the coach.
And that was before they fired the coach.
But you don't think they have enough talent to maybe spark something one night?
Well, that's what everybody keeps waiting on every single week. It's like you listen to the critics and the experts, and they're like, they start listing all of the talented people on their team. And yes, on paper, they look like a good football team. And everybody's thinking like, oh, this will be the week. This will be the week. I think at some point in time, like this is a broken team. Like I think that it's 2024 season for the Jets is over.
Just out of curiosity, do you know what Rodgers claims to be drinking and what the benefits claim to be?
Well, wasn't it
or
just
not?
water and cayenne?
Oh, I don't know. Is that what it was?
Cayenne pepper?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's like
Isn't that what people use for cleanses?
Yeah, that's what people do on cleanses. I don't know. I never saw his actual. I didn't visually see him talking about it. I'm guessing it was probably tongue in cheek of like being very sarcastic, because it's very much what people do when they do like a fast sort of situation. Like you do lemon juice, water, and cayenne pepper, and you can.
So work.
It gives you something other than just water as you go through like a 24 or 36 hour fast.
Ben, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And an admission. Do you remember we were at the hotel, or the team hotel? We had just gotten there in London, and I had that little thing that looked like a 5-hour energy, and only it was beet juice. Remember I asked you about that? And I
From
said,
Shrewd Farms.
Who, me?
I said, what does this do? And you said, it'll clean you out.
Oh, it will.
I've been
beet
flirting.
juice?
I've been flirting with that son of a bitch, and I'm afraid to take it.
You should do it.
You think so?
Wait, the beet juice?
Yeah.
No. I don't think I said it.
Maybe it was Bursich who told me that.
I don't think it cleans
Somebody
you out.
told me it cleans me out.
No, beet juice is a natural. It's a natural Viagra.
Really?
Excuse me?
Beets, yeah. So beets.
Is that why they call it beet juice?
Jeez.
That's exactly
Who,
why
me?
they call it beet juice.
Are you serious? I did not know that because we have it in
Beets
our
are
facility
natural
too.
So
Viagra.
beets are a vasodilator. So like they basically
So
like
she should drink it.
expand your vascular system. So
No wonder the Shrewds procreate so efficiently.
it works the same as like a nitric oxide for like a pre-workout.
Like the stuff
So
that Vin
athletes-
Diesel has in his car.
Exactly. The NOS.
He's just trying to finish his sentence.
So a lot of athletes will drink beet
He knows what he's
juice.
talking about. The rest of us don't.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Ben.
A lot of athletes will drink beet juice before they work out. And even powerlifters and people that just like it's before you go work out, it's supposed to like increase your circulation.
Interesting.
So if you do a daily regimen of beet juice before you go to bed or before, wild time, then the theory is it's
supposed to be good for you.
Yeah, helps you.
I wish the answer was the clean you out thing, because then we could put Tommy in one room, Hawk in the other. Tommy has 30 Reese's peanut butter pumpkins.
Yep.
Hawk slams this beet juice, and we see who creates the most of a mess, basically within a 24-hour period. Be a fun experiment.
Well, listen, I got my new toilet.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to do anything.
Give it overnight oats.
And Tommy will do it for fun.
I can't tell you guys how much I love that warm toilet seat.
He's got a new custom toilet.
Yeah.
Parker, it changed my life.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet,
Your
dude.
tush is never cold.
Between that and the beet juice, I
Yeah.
am a
Who,
master.
me?
You are the ideal human right now.
Good for you, Hogs.
We're all happy for
I'm
you.
proud
here.
of you, man.
How is this beet juice natural Viagra thing not a more well-known thing?
Yeah,
I
I did
don't
not
know.
know.
I mean,
that.
there's a lot of natural products out there that we don't talk about. I don't know, because maybe Big Pharma doesn't want you
Well,
to
then
talk
tell
about
us
it.
other ones.
Yeah, tell me more about how you can get an erection.
Tell him more about
I
I'm
don't
53.
know.
I need a lot.
Besides,
know.
because I'm not drinking beet juice. I can't do that. That sounds disgusting.
Have you ever tried
just
it?
all you
No.
get,
Me?
just,
Terrible.
Just
Oh,
Google.
terrible.
It's so bad. It stains your teeth like that kind of that
Whoa.
reddish color too.
And the thing is, like, it's kind of like if you're going to the store to find beet juice, it's almost like apple juice and orange juice. Like, don't buy the junky stuff that's made from a concentrate. Like, it's. I mean, the best thing you do is actually just eat beets.
Yeah, I'm
just
not
like
doing
the
that either.
actual raw,
Battlestar Galactica.
the actual vegetable. That's the best way to get all the benefits.
I'm all
so
for two.
If you're gonna go buy beet juice, I don't know, maybe it's the Knudsen brand or whatever. Like, you want the 100% real beet juice, and it doesn't taste great. So like, you have to find a way to sort
Yeah,
of
but
like,
don't be a quitter.
yeah, don't be a quitter.
I'll bring some in next week. We'll try it.
Is there any chance that I can get natural Viagra from things like waffle fries?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
I mean, it's a
What
quick
about
Google,
milkshakes?
A quick Google search. Do like foods, Viagra effect or something like that.
All right.
Tommy turned around.
There are others out there. I don't know all of them, but I'm pretty confident that the beets are on there.
Man.
Like oysters, that's a
dark chocolate.
that's like a natural sort of testosterone booster. That's why people when they eat oysters, sometimes they get a little randy at night.
The aphrodisiac factor.
Yeah, the
So is
aphrodisiac
dark
factor.
chocolate in that conversation
I
then
believe
as well?
so, yeah.
'Cause that I can do.
Strawberries.
Any sort of vasodilator is like considered.
I don't have a vaso.
Copyright Zach Halverson. I believe vasodilator is playing the Fillmore on Sunday.
Huck wouldn't show up to work if he had one of those.
All right, here's what we got. We got berries, salmon, olive oil.
I guess, huh?
Whole
Extra
grains.
virgin.
Wait, this can't.
Wait, what are you reading? That's not right.
It's the best foods for ED.
Oh,
Oh, here you go.
pistachios.
Kumquat,
Whoa, kumquat will probably do it.
chamomile tea, bergamot juice.
The hell's that?
The guy who played the Joker.
Yeah, brilliant.
Or Penguin, I mean.
Burgess Meredith?
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, are you caught up on Penguin?
No, I haven't even started yet.
There's a little tip of the cap to Burgess Meredith in the Penguin. There's a jewelry store called Burgess Jewelry, and I caught that. I'm like, that's 100% intentional.
Yeah.
Tip of the cap to the old G Penguin. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was.
That guy's got to be deader than hell. He's got to be dead for 40 years, probably.
Quite sometime, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Burgess Meredith. What the hell is that kind of juice, though? Bergwa juice? What did you say?
Bergamot.
Never heard of it.
I mean, artichoke
Burgess
heads.
died in 97. Yeah. Ew. Whoa.
And bell peppers. There you go. Sorry, Cor.
Yeah, I needed it
like
to
you're
be
drooping.
cinnamon rolls and barbecued baked lays.
Looks like Big Farmer's your best choice, brother.
Yeah. Listen to the Hulk.
I'll eat that all day. Shout out to Big Pharma. By the way, I'm going to be doing commercials for them. Corey Covey here for Big Pharma. Try Big Pharma
Good for
today.
you.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not, dude?
All right, that'll do it for
right.
sports.
Yeah, I got some stuff for you when we come back.
All right, headlines and more with Parker Fox, Ben Lieber, and the rest of the Power Trip.
Hey, Parker, real quick, just so you know, the clock's changed this weekend, so be ready.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Needed to
Kids
know
don't
that.
know about that stuff, you know.
Vikings, Colts. Sunday. Don't miss it on the audio home of Vikings football.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
$1 a month with real unlimited data and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
LutherAuto.com. People love LutherAuto.com, and they love Luther. And you're going to love Luther whether you're buying, leasing, trading in, or specifically selling. Luther wants you to know that year-round, they are willing to buy your vehicle. It turns out the best place to buy a car is the best place to sell your car. Make today, Halloween, the day that you drive into a Luther location. There are 45. You ask for an offer, they'll point you in the right direction. And then the good news for you, you do nothing. Stress-free. It's absolutely easy. All you do is kick your feet up. You can scroll Twitter or do whatever you do for 15 or 20 minutes. Then they throw you an offer, and if you accept, they handle all of the paperwork. So they might surprise you. They want to see all makes, all models, and all price ranges. So if you don't know what your vehicle's worth, find out and accept that offer. Luther wants the inventory. You want the cash. Sell your vehicle to Luther. Luther buys used cars. If you know where a dealership is, get in there. If you don't, go to their website right now, LutherAuto.com.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chonky chonkers. Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Corey Cove Power Trip Morning Show for my friends at Zero Res. If you have a carpet emergency, you call Zero Res. But if you just want to get your home, your cabin, your business clean for the holidays. And look, tomorrow's probably going to be your real first reminder, right? Once we get past Halloween, then you start looking at the calendar going, all right, got to get the home ready for Thanksgiving, got to get the home ready for Christmas, New Year's and beyond. Now is the time to call 952-ZERO-RES. They can clean 3 rooms of carpet the Zero Res way for just $129 if you mention KFAN. And they can also take $75 off your air duct cleaning package. So if you want clean air, clean carpets, clean rugs, upholstery, tile. If you want all of that before your family and friends and neighbors come over, this is the way to go. It spells the same forward and backwards, ZEROREZ. I've been using them for like over a decade. They're fantastic. We are definitely going to have them out to clean carpets in our air duct system in the next month or so. You should do the exact same thing. Make today the day that you call 952-0RES, mention KFAN, or right now go to ZeroResMinnesota.com.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So, no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce, and I'm here with my neighbor, Tyler from Arthur's Jewelers. Tyler, you have over 1,600 5-star Google reviews. What are you bribing people with? Free pizza?
No pizza, Meat Sauce. Just a huge selection of engagement rings, diamonds that unleash the light and sparkle endlessly, and people who love shopping with us.
People enjoy buying rings?
Yes. When you get a friendly staff, thousands of choices, and we go the extra mile for our customers, it's kind of hard not to.
Shop Arthur's Jewelers. No pizza, just diamonds. Online at arthursjewelers.com.
Ben's appearance is sponsored by Lexus of Wayzata and Maplewood.
From the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios, this is the Power Trip on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
All right, final segment, Power Trip Morning Show. Parker's over there, Ben's over there, cast of thousands.
Hello.
Tomorrow we have a very big Power Trip morning shows. Of course, John will be back with us. Crease hadn't been with us in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, the return of John Creasel.
He'll be back. We'll do the Charge Challenge, of course, and we'll also have the Christmas speech at 7 o'clock.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's right. That's tomorrow. We officially start Christmas season tomorrow.
Have you worked on it / finished it?
I've thought it through.
Bullet points?
Yeah, exactly right. I'll finish it tonight, and then I'll rewrite it tomorrow morning in panic. Yeah.
And then Nafisa Collier.
Yeah, how about that?
Of the Minnesota Lynx.
Makes
her initials debut and Power Trip debut. She should be here about 8, so we'll have about 15 or so minutes to talk to her about the Lynx season before we jump into initials. Are we up to, I think it's 77,000 tomorrow too, right?
Is that?
It's a lot of money. Ben, what's your intuition saying for the initials
Kessler.
tomorrow? Just, I can't obviously confirm or deny right now, but just feel it. Guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go CD.
CD. Your instincts are telling you CD. Okay. Remember, you had a dream. You had a dream once that you knew the initials, and then we found out
and
those
then
were
nothing
not
happened.
right.
Yeah.
Would have been unbelievable.
It would have been really cool.
It would have changed your life. Honestly, can you imagine how much that would have tripped you out if you had truly dreamt the right initials? You would have had to ask, like, what's going on in my dreams here? How did I access that?
Who am I?
Right.
I would try to sleep all day long. Because I just would want to be in my dreams.
Like Parrish.
Yeah.
Right. Just sleep all day.
Could be some elite initial tuition.
Okay. He said 3 things all show, and that's one of them.
That's one of them. Yep. Hey, Cor.
Yes, sir.
Because we loaded him in, can I play some audio?
Of course.
Here's KOC talking about Blake Cashman's injury.
Blake will do basically a full allotment of work on the side field today, just to make sure he feels ready to roll moving into the week of practice. If for whatever reason it might be smart to hold him for this week, I think we can have some a pretty good understanding after today about where Blake's at. He's done everything we've asked him to do, and I'm still really hopeful we'll have him Sunday night.
Ben, any rhyme or reason to a turf toe? Like how long it'll take?
I mean, it's like every ligament injury. There's levels and of severity. So nobody knows like the level of his severity, but I mean, clearly the initial diagnosis was not so severe that needs surgery, because that's sometimes the case, and they think they can just work through it. And also they must have thought like, well, it's not so severe that we'll put him on the 4-week IR, that he can come back from this. So he was, unfortunately kind of like stuck in between. And let's hope, I mean, he said it there at the very end, let's hope that he can have him for Sunday night.
And let's hope we can have Cam Robinson for Sunday night as well. Here he talks about that.
We've got great communicators up there on the offensive line from Garrett on out that can help him. And really when you get into it in certain phases of your offense, first and second down, there might be some nuances to the run game or play action protections here and there. But the tackle spot is one where on those weighty downs and drop back pass and those things.
Sorry, coughed right into the microphone. I thought I turned it off and I turned
Rosie.
it on. Meat sauce did.
No, what? No, that's the Rosie.
What's your gut telling you about Cam Robinson?
Yeah, what's your intuition telling
my gut
you?
or intuition telling
Same
you?
thing.
Both.
Practice.
So did I understand it correctly that he can't practice just yet because he still has the concussion thing he's got to clear and all this other stuff, right? I mean, KOC made it sound like there's a possibility he could play on Sunday.
Well, I thought he was cleared from the concussion thing, but they started Walker Little at left tackle.
Yeah.
And then when Walker Little moved because somebody else got injured, they didn't put him in. I think he's been cleared to play.
God, it'd be better if his name is Little Walker.
I don't know if he's cleared the Vikings.
I'm a little man.
Yeah, I'm a little
exactly,
confused.
Pat, you get it.
I am a little confused on his actual availability for even practice this week and into the game. Listening to KOC makes it sound like there's not really an issue, and that maybe he can slide in at least on a short notice and play left tackle. Look, I think having him available to play, maybe not even start, I think would be an ideal situation. I am a little curious about where does Dalton Reisner fit with all of this? Mm-hmm. I know we're talking left tackle, but if Dalton Reisner now is second week, he's fully healthy, do they put him in the lineup? Or is there a little bit of a shuffling that happens at left guard there? Does Dalton go into left guard? If that's the case, then how does that affect new guy in Dalton Reisner coming in that hasn't played all season long and then has to be sort of that communication device with Cam Robinson at left tackle? Or do they must maybe have to keep Brandell there just to make sure that there's some solidarity with the whole lineup and the chemistry? The Dalton Reisner situation, too, is very intriguing to me, how he fits into a new left tackle.
Well said.
What do you have to do when you get, the team has to give you a physical, right? You have to pass that.
You got to pass the physical. You got to do all this. Yeah. Yep. You got to do all that stuff, which, since the trade has been finalized, I think all of that has checked out.
Yeah.
So, usually, sometimes, these trades don't go through. It's very rare, but sometimes they don't go through when they deem this person like, oh, that's a red flag that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
We can't clear this guy.
Yeah, he was not inactive last week, and he was cleared to practice on Friday.
Good.
Of last week. So
transitioning to the basketball, we loaded in some Finch audio. Here's Finch on Mike Conley's slow start.
I mean, his shot just keeps rimming in and out, so I'm not worried about that. Rotation-wise, I just feel like I'm taking him out every 4 minutes. That's not good. So I got to try to find a way to maybe lengthen some of his runs so he can play himself into a little bit of a rhythm. So, but yeah, he'll be fine. His summer was not the same with his wrist and everything. So he was not able to have his normal preparation and preseason stuff. So he's just playing catch up.
Look, not worried about Mike Conley at all. He's a pro. He'll figure it out. He'll get healthy. He'll get into the rotation that he wants to get into, and Finch will play the minutes correctly. But in the meantime, while Conley's struggling, can you freaking put Dillingham in? Some of us want to watch the kid play.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Right, Parker? Put Dillingham in.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough because it's like I get it. I 100% agree. But it's like at the same time, what Finch says, you got to let Mike kind of work through it. You're not going to sit an 18-year-old guy out in the court versus a 18-year vet, and it's like you got to. This is what it's going going to be for the Timberwolves. You got to have Mike Conley on the floor. But yeah, it'd be fun to watch Dillingham. He's obviously electric, handling the ball and all that.
I know I'm trying to get way ahead of the pace here, but isn't the whole point of drafting Dillingham is to have him for the playoffs as instant offense? You got to start building up the minutes in November and December for May.
Bronny's played more.
Yeah,
and scored. Right, he scored last night. He has more points than Dillingham. Let's go.
In a blowout.
Probably off the court too. Yep. God dang it! Like Shannon hasn't played either.
I know it's
we
tough.
Want to see the kids.
You want to see more of it. I 100% agree, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I feel like when you come down to the stretch and you have the team that you had last year, you want to put those guys back on the court. But for us, we want to see Dillingham, we want to see Terrence Shannon Jr., Deshaun Nix, some of those guys, and it's a long year. It's 82 games. Like
I trust Finchy. I trust him.
Yeah,
and man, Mike Conley.
Trust him.
Conley's such a good interview, dude. He's on with Barrero all the time. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Mike's great.
We're spoiled, man. We get Grenard, they get Conley, a couple of A+ interviewees.
Hey Hawk, what do you do when it just rims in and out? Like you just can't find that.
You know what? You keep trying, brother.
Yeah.
Listen to the
You keep going for it. You know what I mean? You take
Do you
drink some
sit
beet
it out?
juice,
Do you
first
sit it
of
out a
all.
while, or do you just get right back in there?
No. You can't afford to do that. You never know when you get another opportunity. Yeah.
Gotta let it fly.
Drink some beet juice, keep rolling.
Yeah, good for you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Happy Halloween.
It's time for Happy Halloween.
Headlines brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric. Get those solar panels put on. Wolf River Electric can help you. They'll walk you through it. They walked me through it. I didn't know what I was doing. They do it all for you, step by step.
Hell
it's
yeah,
easy.
man.
They're awesome. Wolf River Electric. Has anybody seen The Diplomat? Because second season premiere of The Diplomat on Netflix is today. That's my gal, Carrie Russell. I've heard the season debut or the first season was good. Just haven't seen it yet.
No.
What am I waiting for? It's Carrie Russell, for God's sake.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, how have you not watched it?
I don't know.
All that time alone in the basement and you're not watching Carrie Russell?
What else are you doing?
She was on Smartless this week, and she's just the best.
Come on.
Interesting.
Did they
smart.
actually let her talk or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Squishy. Yes.
You're sour on Smartless?
Oh, I quit Smartless a year ago.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
I had the same problem.
Yeah.
With who specifically?
All of them.
Oh, really?
I love Arnett, but he asks 10-minute long questions. And they're never super interesting. It's a lot of patting himself, and then they all just sort of talk over each other, and they never let the guest actually get into something before they tangent
Why would they
into
do that?
something else.
That's unbelievable.
I couldn't agree more.
So bad.
Why would they do that? Guardsy.
I think the hype is worn off. The shine is worn off for me, and it was the why am I blanking on his name? Curb.
Larry David.
The Larry David episode ruined me. I'm like, that's it. That was my final straw. They never let him talk. They never let him get into anything. All Arnett tried to do is connect all the dots to how he knows people that know him. And I'm like, you guys just wasted. And if it's an hour-long podcast with all of the advertising that they have on there, with all the bantering that they do, it's maybe 20 minutes of the guest actually talking about.
You know,
As we hit buttons and talk over everything Ben's been saying about beet juice for 30 straight minutes.
I had the same problem with David Spade, man. He continues to just interrupt with jokes, and it's like, take a deep breath.
On the Fly on the Wall podcast?
Yeah, man, I have a hard, and then I do it on the Power Trip. So
well, it's hard not to.
Yeah,
anyway, Carrie Russell is an American
Relax,
treasure.
man.
She's amazing.
Pat,
She's my
relax.
favorite. Starting next week, Starbucks customers will no longer pay more for adding non-dairy milk to their orders.
Oh, that's huge.
I had no idea.
Well, thanks for
I
listening.
didn't know
Pat.
that was a thing, but
I didn't know that was a thing
Parker,
either.
it sounds like you're pumped.
Oat milk guy. I like my oat milk.
So that costs extra?
Yeah,
Yeah,
extra
it does.
75 cents, I think.
Sure do.
Yeah.
Yep.
No longer. Starting next week.
That's huge.
There you go, saving some money.
What do you
cents.
get from Starbucks?
Just a cold brew with a splash of oat milk. Yeah, it's the go-to.
The sweet, sweet ganja.
Wow, you buy ganja from Starbucks?
Yeah, they got
Pat!
good prices.
Wow, Pat. I love Pat.
Very handsome.
Oh, thanks, Pat.
Jaywalking is now legal in New York City.
Here's what I did wrong.
I'm confused on what jaywalking actually is.
The exact
Crossing somewhere
jaywalking
other
term?
than the crosswalk.
So it's this bit where Jay Leno used to walk around the town and ask people questions. It was really his only bit outside of headlines. And then they stole the show from Conan.
And that was always illegal, and now it's legal?
That's correct. Yeah, they would give you a ticket in New York.
Now it's legal.
Yep.
So only Jay gets the ticket.
That's
Or used to get the ticket.
Yeah, I guess so. Paul, you were going to say something?
Wasn't that the opening of Robin Hood Men in Tights where they're in like the jail part and the one guy says, "What are you in for?" And he goes, "Jaywalking."
It doesn't
It's
matter.
funny. Yeah, all right, Pat. You're
Okay,
right.
can
I'll
someone
stop.
answer me the question? I don't even know what jaywalking
Yeah, no,
is.
for real. I just said, it's crossing somewhere where there's not a crosswalk.
Just walking across the road.
That's right.
Oh.
Where you're not supposed to be.
That's right.
Because it's a danger, right? Theoretically,
Yeah.
it's a danger to you and the
Yeah, the
drivers.
driver, yeah.
Okay.
So now legal, though. Go for it in New York, which seems like the city you would want to do that the least.
Correct.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I wouldn't want to randomly cross the street
No.
in New York. You're going to get hit by 37 cabs.
But also, were like New York police arresting people previously for jaywalking?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How cool would it be if you were jaywalking in New York and then cash cab hit you and killed you?
Oh,
man.
What if it was a fake taxi?
Yeah, man. Or fake driving lessons. Yeah.
Says a lot about me and you that I want to be hit by a game show and you want to be hit by
what if the
a
bang bust
pornographic
hits
website?
you?
Jeez.
Yeah,
Wasn't
just
gonna
not
go
paying
there.
attention. Just runs you over.
Bang.
Yeah. He
Ben, you
walked
got to
right
roll.
in front of it.
Yeah.
What time is it?
8:40.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go, you guys.
Happy Halloween, dude.
Happy Halloween. Have a great one. Enjoy the bonfires, the candy.
Win or
the
loss?
drinks.
Sunday. Win or loss?
We lose, but I'm.
Oh, you say we lose?
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. What did I say? Lose?
Yeah.
No, we win.
We win.
We win. Sorry, we win.
That
But
was intuition.
I am.
Oh, no.
I am actually very concerned about this team.
Okay, so
I
don't
think-
sleep on the Colts.
Do not sleep on this defensive
Okay.
line at all.
All right.
Yeah,
really?
they are legit.
All right.
Oh,
But we win.
Is your guy Latu legit already or not? Or is he not playing much?
No, he's playing, but I would say with Buckner back.
Okay.
I mean, they're a way different defensive line when Buckner's back in there, and he's a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 3 to 4:30 every day. Twin Cities Live.
Thanks,
Ben
guys.
and Elizabeth.
Love you.
Thank you.
Bye, Ben.
There goes Ben Lieber. A guy in Pennsylvania who claimed he was working on a $2 COVID vaccine was actually making fentanyl, and he was caught after he showed up at a bank with duffel bags full of cash.
Huh.
Wow.
Was the fentanyl $2 or $2?
I don't know.
Duffel bags of cash would be cool.
That would be so freaking cool.
Love that. Like they walked right out of the casino with duffel bags full of cash.
Yeah.
Right?
Again, Kristen, you've been in this spot as well with a big casino win. When you win a significant amount of money at the casino, legally, they have to give you the cash if you ask for it, right? Just like in the movie Ocean's 11, the crew knew that on a fight night, the casino legally has to have that amount of money on hand.
That's right.
So that's why they knew they had $160 million or whatever in the vault, right? It's one of Terry Benedict's places. Anyway, point is, Chris, I'm sure you've been in this spot.
Yes, certainly.
When you win a significant amount,
Yes, sir.
part of you goes, all right, the smart thing to do is to take a check. I don't need to draw attention.
Yeah,
But the other part of you says, I want 6 duffel bags.
That's right.
I want to look so freaking rich walking out of here.
hell
But then
yeah.
you know you're going to get shot in the back of the head and that money's going to be gone.
You know,
It's
two birds,
America.
one stone.
Oh, jeez. Your mic is on, Hawk. Wow.
Sauce,
Guy's doing what he loves.
Sauce, what is the most amount of money you would feel safe walking out of a casino winning? But you want the cash, not the check.
I would always take the check because I can't stop gambling.
Hey, brother. How you doing?
Hey, Paul Lambert. Nice to meet you, Chris Hockey. I mean, I would walk out with probably maybe 10 grand, 15 grand. Yeah.
What about 20?
But I dress like I don't have any money, you know.
That helps me as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a nice sweatshirt.
Thank you.
But if somebody sees you win, it doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Right? If they see the cash being handed to you, you never know. Gotta
Well,
look over your shoulder.
What you do, and you can do this, by the way, is just say, I'd like
Security.
$98,000 on a check and
Oh.
$2,000 in cash.
There you go. Or you can have security walk you to your car.
You can do that too.
Almost any
And then
casino, if you win a
smooch 'em.
significant amount, they'll walk you out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I've never won that much. But
gamble more.
It'll happen.
Sauce, I'm just going to read this headline and you can be the first to react.
Go ahead.
The Menendez brothers could be free as early as December 11th.
Yeah, it's a touchy topic. Obviously, they shot their parents in like close range. But if
Maybe their parents had duffel bags of money.
what they claimed happened to them, you know,
Yeah, not good.
not good, right? Like if that actually happened to them, what is they claim happened in the TV show and then in real life. Yeah, I don't know. It's,
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm
systemic
trying to say.
assault of every kind you can think of.
Then yeah,
sure.
I think that Mark Jackson card's going up, though. I saw a couple TikToks about it.
I'm rich as hell,
Yeah.
Parker. After I sell my Mark Jackson cards, I'm going to have to invest in duffel bags as well.
And then you could go put it all on casino and have more duffel bags. It's like a duffel bag express. You have to hire security. Who out of here would you pick as your top security?
Well, Lieber first.
Okay.
Hawk, because Hawk would fight somebody for me.
Good point. I wouldn't say they're
Hawk.
trying to take my money. I'd say they're trying to take my wife and my daughters, and then he would start throwing fists. So probably
Barrera.
Chris second. I don't think Barrera would be real tough.
Guardsy.
No. He's got too many jobs.
What about Nordo?
Yeah,
Nordo's a man. He had a red hot beef stick yesterday, and
Yeah, that's a rumor, by the way.
and handled it.
And then he said it was really hot and then ate the whole thing.
Speaking of really hot,
He's
check
dead.
this out.
What?
2 middle-aged women.
Yeah.
That's where this is going. 2 middle-aged women were on a road trip to try to reconcile their relationship in Georgia last week. So I guess they said, like, look, we're not hitting and sticking right now. We need to just get out in nature. Let's go across the country. Let's rekindle this relationship because it's fading fast.
Soaking wet.
Well,
My God.
Rosie, buckle up.
Rosie.
Rosie, buckle up. So the reconciliation was going so well, things started to get a little heated in a good way, not in an anger way.
An enormous boner.
And they started going at it full birthday suit in a lawn area right outside of McDonald's.
Shaming the cat.
Oh, my God.
So in the grass outside of McDonald's, just went for it in Georgia. And they were arrested for misdemeanor public indecency.
Yeah. How'd the lawn look?
Normally I say I'm going to miss Zach next week because he's being clever.
I shagged her rotten, baby. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's go around the room. Let's see what you guys think about
Yeah,
this.
I'd do it.
Not that.
No, not that. Hawk, relax.
Come get you some.
There was some kind of a thread on social media that went semi-viral talking about what's going to not exist in the next 25 years in terms of cultural things that we celebrate or traditions that Americans have. I'm going to say something. You guys tell me whether or not you think they will still be a thing in 25 years. Ready? Here we go.
Go ahead.
How about class reunions?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Man, those are fading, though.
Yeah. It's Facebook.
They say the main reason is social media makes people not care to go attend because they follow everybody's lives anyway. So they're saying class reunions are fading fast.
Nah, they'll stay around, I think.
I think the short ones will, right? Like the 5 and 10, because I think there is still like, hey, let's get together and party. I just saw you.
Yeah.
But once you get to our age where it's like, I don't care anymore. I like all those people. I hope they're doing well, but I don't know. I don't have time for that. And they're busy lives. They have busy lives with jobs and kids too. They don't have time for me. No. Can't blame them.
I guess I don't really care after 10 years.
Right.
No interest.
How about gender reveal parties?
Nope, don't do those. Those are the worst.
No, those would be dead, I think.
Yeah, hopefully. They're terrible.
So how come you didn't do one?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do one.
How would you have done one?
Did Kel want to do one?
No, I don't think so.
Didn't ask?
No, I did. I don't think she did. Her friends were like,
It doesn't matter.
Are you guys going to do one? And Kelly's like, no, my husband hates them. So, yeah.
My favorite one is like the balloon one when like it's filled with helium and you're supposed to pop it and then they like miss pop it and it flies away in the air.
Sayonara, suckers.
Sauce, this one's for you.
Go ahead.
Also because of social media, people online say they don't believe in 25 years that Christmas cards will still be a thing.
Please don't.
They shouldn't be a thing.
They shouldn't be.
You get an update on everybody every day, right? I'm not trying to be bah humbug, but Christmas cards shouldn't exist. And I'm going to have to send one in like 13 months. So that'll get thrown away.
Fuck up.
Quickly.
I mean, come
I'm
on.
throwing yours away immediately.
You're not getting one.
Fantastic.
Because I don't get one from you anymore.
I wonder why.
Well, you're not in it.
That is true because, quote, they couldn't find a good picture of me and, quote, I didn't think you would notice.
Think if that was the other way around. Think if it was you and your girls and your wife wasn't in it.
Oh, no.
You
He's
said that.
pudgy.
Do we believe that in 25 years Black Friday will still be a thing?
Yeah.
Doesn't Black Friday basically start in September
Pretty
now?
much, yeah. That's the argument that they posted here on this story is that most of it's moved online anyway because the sales last all month. So the actual Black Friday bonanza might fade as well.
I don't know why
I still
you would
like it.
want to go like for me personally, I have no interest in going to a store to shop ever.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
I still like it too.
Even for clothing?
Even for clothing, yeah.
Really?
Because it's like, I don't know.
I hesitate to order clothing online all the time because I'm like, if it doesn't fit or if I don't like it, I don't want to go through the process of sending it back. And, oh, I don't know. It's just too many steps. Just go and try it on.
That's fair.
How
I guess
about
I
this?
just know what I'm wearing, so.
That's true. How about
You
this?
can
25 years
pants
from
and
now,
not wear pants. Jeez.
will beauty pageants still be a thing in 25
That's a good
years?
question. I doubt it.
Beauty pageant.
Anybody have an argument for it staying around? Anybody think it'll last?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
They seem to be fading too.
I think so too, yeah.
What about block parties?
Oh, yeah.
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 I think that'll always be
it'll be
in
around,
some
sure. Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
My garage band. No, Pat.
All right, Chris, we can end on this one because this one's specifically you and your generation, but specifically you too.
Let's have it.
What do you think about 25 years from now? Will people care about car culture, like to be really into cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will.
Parker, does your generation care about cars?
I know a couple guys that kind of do that, you know. I don't know anything about cars, but there's definitely some guys that are my friends that are still big into the car generation. But I think, like you said, it's definitely less and definitely less.
Because I think that here's the difference. Chris's generation and before, obviously before Chris, every car was so different and unique that it was cool to be like, I know what that car has.
Now
and
they're
this
all
car.
the same.
Now they're all the same. Because and I'll speak for myself. That's why whenever my lease is up, when I call my guy Jimmy at Luther, I'm like, what am I driving this time? I don't care because I know it's going to be reliable, solid. I don't care. I just say, I need it to be black wheels, and I'll come and pick it up in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want something that's button bar.
I think that's very, very weird.
Good thing I said tires.
I think that's very, very weird.
I just want efficiency. So I don't care about the ins and outs of cars. I don't care what it looks like. I just want it to be
they all have
AirPlay.
AirPlay. They all have CarPlay. They all have 4-wheel drive.
Sure.
All that stuff.
Here's the thing. Part of being an American
Here we go.
is the ability to move about the country at your own pace, at your own leisure. That's something that most countries don't have and don't understand. We can get in our car and drive to California today if we want. Car culture will never go away in the United States.
Well said, Hawk.
Thank you.
Bring it home.
I think I said that well.
Yeah,
You did.
Thank
You
you.
always say well.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you always say well.
Yeah, thank you. Me do one?
Me do one?
Stay fair T-shirt idea. Me
I
do
agree.
one.
I agree.
Somebody write that down because again, we got to keep this going for like 10 months.
No, it's right around the corner.
Me do one?
Hey, the time changes this weekend. Get your kids ready.
Spending a few days beforehand, adjusting little by little, 15 minutes each night, going down later, getting up a little bit later, can lead to less of a dramatic shift of a whole hour for them on Sunday, and especially going into Monday into school again.
So
That's insane. Whose kids go to bed the second you tell them to go to bed? Who's on that?
Good parents.
Yeah, I would bet Nordo's kids, Tenna's kids, Guardsy's
No
kids.
chance.
Sauce's future kid.
No
No
chance.
chance. No.
No.
No, Dad. Okay.
Yeah, all right, buddy. You want to play more Madden? We'll play Madden together.
What age do you think you're going to give them a video game console and start playing?
It's already in there.
Yeah, it's in the nursery.
in there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay,
Kel
it's in
took
the
that
nursery.
toy thing a little too
Jesus.
literally.
Okay. My God.
Cut it to the nursery.
Wow. Relax. All
Game
of
Boy.
No, he said Game Boy.
Game Boy.
This show's stupid.
This got real
Parker, just go to practice and drink some beet juice.
Oh, that's the plan. I'll bring some on Thursday. We can all try
Please
it.
don't. Please don't.
Yeah, do it.
Bring some, please.
Yeah, do
I
it.
will.
Yeah, I'll
I
try
will.
it.
Yeah, give it a try.
Have Ben Johnson bring in like 6 gallons, and we'll just all slam it and see what happens. Tommy will probably stick around.
Yeah, Tommy will be here for that
He'll
part.
stick around till 9.
You can't beat Johnson's beet juice.
Oh my God.
My God.
Thanks to everybody for joining the show today. Tomorrow, like Chris mentioned, monster lineup. Again, the return of John Creasel, Mark Parrish, Marnie Gellner, Charts Challenge, Mr. Z probably tomorrow. And Nafisa Collier makes her initials and Power Trip debut. That'll be super cool to meet her. Everybody says she's awesome. Can't wait to meet her. 9 to noon is next. Talk to you tomorrow, 5:30 to 9.
Internet that's everything you imagine and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
Avenue to 94 eastbound's jam. Plymouth to Hennepin Lindale crash on the right shoulder. Crosstown eastbound heavy between Highway 100 and Valley View. 35W to Portland tight 2. Highway 10 eastbound Central to 35W delays. And 494 westbound Portland to France Avenue stop and go. Crosstown westbound accident on the exit ramp to Xerxes. That's traffic on the Fan. Traffic is sponsored by Norton 360. Outsmart cyber criminals this October with Norton 360. For Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Norton 360 offers a software update or feature to reduce vulnerabilities. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off your first year at norton.com/secure.
Treasure Island Resort and Casino, TICasino.com. It's Halloween today. Get down there and go have some fun, just like Halloween is. And maybe you don't want to be around for trick-or-treating. Go to TI tonight. Why not? Stay there or go play some games this afternoon and this evening. Why not? But also this weekend, it's happening for people like Carly Zucker. Yep, Bret Michaels going to be at Treasure Island this Saturday. Poison's lead singer, Bret Michaels, at TI on Saturday. Tickets available. I know Carly's going to be there. She's going to go down there and watch the show. Got a hotel room. She's going to be there. She's going to be hanging out. So maybe you'll run into Carly when you're down at Treasure Island Resort and Casino for Bret Michaels. You can get tickets right now at TICasino.com. And it's not too late to get a hotel room and make a weekend out of it. They also have, of course, every gaming option you can imagine. Poker, blackjack, bingo, hundreds of slot machines, and much, much more. More information available on their website, TICasino.com. Hopefully you go there when you're getting those Bret Michaels tickets. Check that out this weekend at Treasure Island Resort and Casino, TICasino.com.
Hey, it's Tana B. Just like B-Flow dialing up the right defense at the perfect time, Schwickert's helps you call the right play for your building or facility's assets. Their Tech-to-Tracker and HVAC tracker tools have eyes on everything that's coming at your building. They can provide real-time access to important data about your roofing and mechanical systems. Whether it's leaks, wear and tear, or breakdowns, they'll help you see it before it happens and stop it in its tracks. Don't blow the coverage. Have Schwickert's defend your assets. Learn more at schwickerts.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Free waterproofing and foundation repair estimates from Standard Water Control. Standard Water is the Midwest's expert for waterproofing and foundation repair since 1977. Standard Water fixes all wet and humid basement issues. Free estimates. Visit standardwater.com. Standardwater.com.
Hey, Vikings fans, have you fumbled your phone and it looks like it's time for a new one? Verizon lets you trade in any phone, any condition, guaranteed for a great deal on a new one with unlimited ultimate and a phone trade-in from Apple, Samsung, or Google. Visit a Minnesota Verizon store today.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy.